welcome to Fuel. And just in case you have forgotten what Fuel stands for, it stands for Finance, Unity, Empowerment, and Legacy. And I am one of the financial professionals here. My name is Lewis McIlwain, known as Mac in these circles, known as the finance pioneer in other circles, but I want to introduce my friends, my collaborators, just my aces, and Dr. Jackie Moore. Say hello, Dr. Jackie.
Hey, how are you, everybody?
Wonderful. And bringing up the rear, as he does so well, is our very own Dennis R. Sawyer. Hey, Dennis.
Good morning. Good morning. This is all to your success. So thank you for having me.
Look at that. So proper, so pristine. You wouldn't imagine, guys, that before we actually hit record, that this man was cutting up and doing all kinds of things. But we are having fun first before the broadcast and during our time together with you. And we just wanted to let you know that beyond just being financial professionals, we are in fact friends. So if we should happen to cut up a little bit along the way, just know that it's because of the bond that we have. But most importantly, we want to make sure that you guys are being fueled for the next generation. And guys, I want to take the liberty to just kind of start us off, and I'll let you guys kind of piggyback on what I'm getting ready to share, because I was actually taking a walk this morning, and I was thinking about how I used to relate to the holidays and how this time of year was really difficult for me, especially as a younger man bringing up a family. And it seemed like that's when the heaviest financial crunch was upon me, and having to maintain a house and home and still, feel obligated to buy Christmas gifts and things of that nature. And when I look back over my life and I thought some things over, I realized that the majority of my debt came because of the holiday. And I was thinking about this, guys, because now I can't be the only one that has felt that kind of pressure. But now that we're in a situation where we're dealing with the effects of COVID, not just from a health perspective, but also from a financial perspective, where many people are out of work or reliant on government support. How are people navigating with the talks of stimulus packages and the quote promise that something might hit before the end of the year? What do we do with those provisions? How should we handle it? And I just wanted to kind of throw the ball in you guys' directions to kind of talk about that. So I'm just leaving the floor open.
Well, I believe that we are in a transitory period, a transition. First, we moved from farming to the industrialization. Then we moved from industrialization to, I call it the stock market or the dot coms, and then are the information age, and now we're moving into a different age, and some people will be left behind. This is really the first time I've celebrated Christmas in about 15 years. The job I had before, I worked on every single holiday. I worked 20-hour days, 7 days a week, and I got disconnected with holidays and birthdays and funerals and all that kind of stuff. And it gave me a different perspective on life. We say this is the year 2020, but truthfully is they have no idea what year this really is. I think in the Asian market is the 6,000 something, and If you go back even further to the Mayan calendar, it's even further. But how does that help us now? Well, you have to disassociate yourself with the new idea of Christmas. And I call it new because, we've at least been around for a few thousand years, maybe even a million years. But Christmas was a time of sharing with family and making gifts. So my friends and I have worked with my granddaughter to make Christmas ornaments instead of buying Christmas ornaments. And the joy in her face is unbelievable. Now, yes, she's happy to put the little Christmas balls up I've had for 40 years, but making her own really connected her to part of the idea. She's only 3, so the gift giving thing is a little bit not in her purview right now, but just imagine if she makes something and gives it to her, how that changes the way she looks at it. So we have to stop connecting or try to stop connecting our financial um wow, our finances to, the holidays. Like Max said, you go through Christmas and Uncle Bill wants this and Aunt Judy wants that and cousin Ricky wants this, and then you got your husband, your wife, your children, and next thing you know, January the 31st comes and those bills start rolling in. Let's go back to a more traditional holiday celebration. Let's love each other. Let's share with each other. Let's not make it about how much money we spend, and let's not make it about how much debt we get into. So that's my take.
A good point. Um, I as Mac mentioned, we were talking beforehand. And I kept thinking of this saying, and it was, and Mac helped me with it, that you're one paycheck from being broke. And when we are in these times where there is such instability in the economy or uncertainty, but also uncertainty in the job arena, is your job going to still be there? Are they going to need to furlough you? Are they going to close that opportunity, that window that you have? Currently in Maryland, they're talking about resuming or returning to the closing of restaurants inside and what that's going to do to the staff number and your job. And so, where is that paycheck on that line of being closer or further from being broke? Yet, the seasonal commitments that we have placed on ourselves to do the Uncle Jim and the Aunt Susie that Dennis was talking about, or that any of us have in our families, still seems to reign true. That we need to do that in celebration of. And so I am in a couple places with that. I have friends, family members, and just people that I know who have passed because of COVID. And and when Dennis mentioned and Mac mentioned that the season is, at least in the past, was more represented by family and being together in love. That is now paramount to me, to think about that and not the material giving. And even if I had the money, it needs to be more about that. But here in a time where the people that I see rushing off to the stores and trying to find a place still open are 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 still pushing themselves to do something when all they need to do is push themselves to be a family. And yeah, you know what? We may not be able to do that in person. We may not be able to get that hug, but Zoom has allowed us things that I have had friends who I may talk to once or twice a year. Now I'm talking to a little bit more because we want to stay connected. So I think that there really needs to be this shift of mind and money matters, so that it doesn't matter as it relates to the spending, but it matters as it relates to the relationship we have with our money and with the people in our lives. So I know I kind of rambled, but it really has always concerned me the way that the season has become more capitalistic. But now a lot of people are one paycheck from being, and they don't know if the paycheck they get next will be their last because of this instability. So we need to start putting that more in the forefront of our minds, I think.
Yeah, Dr. Jackie, to kind of piggyback on what you just shared and also what Dennis shared, uh, I made a decision this year that I was going to bless certain members of my family and certain friends within my little universe here. And instead of giving a gift, like a traditional present, I would just fund their futures. So I created accounts in order to establish, if not them directly, their children, to make sure that uh, as time goes along, that there would be a long-term gift that, if done and used correctly, would continue to give and to give and to give. And what I'm doing right now is really taking the time to get in the process of teaching them what we're trying to achieve here. Like, this is not just money that the minute that you have some kind of quick need or something like that, that you just take from, that you want to let this money sit, you want to let it grow, you want to, let it do its work, as opposed to you working for it. Let the money work for you, so that when it gets to a generation or a couple of generations, that there is true wealth that has been accumulated, and not just a few bucks to pay for a bill or even to buy a present. So, when Dennis was talking about, you know, taking his grandbaby and showing her that you can actually make your ornaments, you can be creative, you can you don't have to be capitalistic or commercialize this time of year, but you could actually thrive and at the same time still be able to give a more profound gift. In my case, it was the gift of being, really putting myself in a money management position to take care of the people I love the most. And that's how I decided that I was going to treat this time of year now and in the future.
Kind of saying that
Yeah,
by
yeah,
gifting yourself of that, you're able to help others.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's an old saying that I heard a while ago, and it is, at one time we had all the land and they had all the books, and now we have all the books and they have all the land. So I want to extend that to your money. If you have any money, if you got a lot of money, this is the time of the year where they have all the books and you have all the land. Be careful and not let it get turned around and they have all your money and you have all that junk that you're going to throw away in a couple months anyway. I'm guilty of that myself. um, when I had money, I wanted to spread it around and give it to my family as much as fast as I could. When I didn't have money, I didn't give. But I've learned that, like Mac was saying, he said to me off air that money is a tool. You don't have a plumber come over your house without a plunger. You don't have an electrician come over your house without an electric meter. You don't go to the gas station to get food. Well, some people do. But the point is that as a tool, you have to take the time to learn how to use it. Like, I'm gonna do a personal story. I invest in Bitcoin, and um, I did it because I know that my money is a tool. And if I kept using it as a thing, it was going to soon be depleted. I mean, look at your bank account right now and look at your bills and imagine not bringing any more money in. So when I was sick, I was bringing no money in the household, but I had a little bit of money or a tool in my bank account. And everything I had been involved in to this point was taking money out of my pocket. I have licenses that I got to pay for. I have office rents that I had to pay for. I had things I had to buy, and I was bringing no money in. So I looked at my account and I said, I am going to be broke. I'm only 2 months wealthy. And I invested that money in Bitcoin. Was it taking a chance? Yes, it was. It was taking a big chance. But the truth is, was I taking a bigger chance leaving it where it was, getting no interest? So my bank account, I was getting 0.03%, which takes 2,400 years to double. In the Bitcoin, it quadrupled since I've been in. I'm not telling you to get into it. I'm just saying consider that there are other ways. So I turned my money that I was running out of into money that's going to take care of me for the rest of the year and possibly the rest of my life because it just grows and grows and grows. And yes, Mac was laughing at me a little while ago because I told him I bought some furniture and I bought a TV, and I'm not that kind of person. I'll be honest with you. I don't care about TVs or furniture, but it became free. And once it became free, I became excited. And I shared that with my daughter. And, she hasn't been able to find a job since January, but we took some of her rent money, and we put it into Bitcoin, or let's call it an investment. And now she doesn't have to work. Now I don't have to work. So if you are fearful of using your tools to grow and protect yourself, try to relax a little bit. We have no idea what the future is going to hold, but if you do nothing, then nothing will happen to you. Nothing good. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. But let me change that. I'm sorry. I just keep it personal on me. I knew that when I counted up all my expenses, that I had 2 months to make some money, and one of those months I was sick. So I was running out of time and I had to do something, and I made a decision for me and my family, and it's turned out to be very well.
Excellent. So, look, guys, I think we're at a point where we're getting ready to wrap things up. But I wanted to just have you guys share a little bit. There's a lot of talk about potential stimulus money that might be available in this month or close to the beginning of the new year, and just some general strategies on what a person should do with that, as opposed to just spending it all up. So, again, just take it away.
Okay. Dr. Jackie's not going to talk, so I will. Well, they I've been doing financial education for 10 years now, and before that I had a job, and my job paid me weekly. And now it has led me to financial education has led me to where I get paid daily. And I was telling Mac pretty soon it will be hourly, right? Like if I had a job. So the best thing for us to do, since we are not financial advisors, we can put links up in our page, and you can go to these different things that we've used to make our money last longer and to grow. And you can make a decision for yourself. I think that's the best way, because I don't want to tell anyone how to make their money work better for them, but I can show them what I did, and I can share with you the things that That's
Hey
my
guys, real life happens, and so the phone rang.
Oh no. That I put a timer on so I
Oh,
can
okay.
so I know when it's time for us to stop talking. So it's telling me to stop talking. So that's what I think we should do. Just look at it, investigate, learn. A lot of these things that we do are free. We'll put something on for free financial education. Put something on for free cryptocurrency education. I'll put something on for free blockchain information. And we will solicit from anyone in real estate if they know a free class, because this is the time when people should not have to pay for information. Let's give them some free information, real estate, stock market, anyone that's willing to be on our list to offer people a free way to change their lives. Okay? Free. Yes.
All right.
So, the just the little part that I was thinking is, what is the definition of the government? I'm the word person as far as languages, and the definition of the government's idea of this stimulus check. And so they are taking money out to give to us to stimulate the economy because they want us to put it back in. That means spend. That may not be the best plan. And so while they're discussing amounts and if they're going to do it, it gives us time to plan what is best for us to do. What happens so many times is you get a check and you go, oh, look at what I have to spend. And or you hear the amount and you just can't wait and think about the things that you will do with it, spend. And so, as Dennis mentioned, it gives you additional time to educate yourself as to better places to place or put or utilize that money to support you in the future. Set a plan of action. And again, we're not advisors. We only are talking about what we have found works for ourselves. After you get the education, then you make a plan that you have a beginning, middle, and end because you have a place you're trying to go. And to spend it all may not be the place that you want to go. But remember, you're one paycheck from being broke. If you don't plan it, you may end up there. That's
Excellent. Excellent. Well, guys, look, we're going to wrap things up, but thank you so much for, again, your insight in these kind of things. And I truly believe that for anyone who's willing to not just listen to what has been shared, but to really take in the knowledge and wisdom that is coming from the three of us, I think that during this time of year, they can make better decisions that will stimulate their futures. So, again, Dennis, thank you so much. Dr. Jackie, you're always the greatest ever. And to our Fuel family, we just say, have a great day.